What is going on? What is going on? What is going on? As always, you are at the Free Agents Podcast, in the place to be. Hope everyone's doing well today. Yeah, I got a little different setting, but it's all good. It's all good. It's all good. In the meantime, let me bring in all of my fellas. What is going on, gentlemen? How are y'all living today?
We are living and we're fired up. That's what's happening today.
Always.
Yo,
So,
Derek,
go
I
ahead.
don't know if you recognize this, but you say everything 3 times.
Yeah.
I thought he was echoing.
Yeah. That's 3 times right there. Yeah, no, I know. So, like, what's crazy is every time I go back and watch the beginning of the videos, and I realize I said the exact same thing every time, which is what is going on? What is going on? Yeah. I want to, before we even get started, I want to give a quick shout out right now to one of my former students who's hooked me up and allowed me to record from his place. I mean, I don't have the fancy background tonight, but shout out to my guy, BJ Caples, who I was his teacher when he was in the 6th grade. I believe it was 6th grade, 7th grade. And then ended up being like his high school counselor as well. So, yeah, so shout out to him. He's now much older. I don't want y'all to think I'm hanging out with little kids.
Ricky, why you kick DJ Star at the crib, man?
Man, you know just like I know. Happy wife, happy life. I'm not
You know what? That is the name of last week's episode. I didn't have a name for last week's episode, so that is it. Happy life, happy wife.
Man,
He came in and drank all his liquor last week.
That's right.
Nick looked at that grocery bill, was like, nah, just
go with your former student.
It's all good. I mean, it's better than where I was gonna do it. I was actually gonna do it in my rental car. So this is a much better look than the rental car.
Yeah.
But it would have fit my theme, racing cars, all that good stuff.
Nah, people would have been worried about it.
Yeah. I would have felt extra bad too. Like, I'm sorry, dude. You just have to sit in the junkie house.
You're knocking on the window. Yo, bro, you come inside, man. It's all good.
It's okay, man. It's okay.
Yo.
All right. So without further ado, let's just go ahead and jump into it. So as always, how are y'all defining freedom today?
I want to jump right in, man. I'm ridiculously excited. I'm always excited. I was gonna say more excited than normal, but I'm just excited. A new level of elevation, excitedness today, man. Just being present, being able to like comfortably be myself. You know what I mean? Like every day is just a new enlightenment, a new awareness. And so today I'm intentional, like, oh my God, I get another opportunity to be myself. So many things we're going to talk about later that kind of makes this feeling make sense, but that's why I want to talk about it right now. But I'm just feeling good right now. That's it. I'm feeling good.
Nice. So Bel-Ami, real quick, what are you sipping on? I see a lemon in the bottom. That's why I'm a lime in the bottom. So I was just curious.
A limon.
Limon.
You know what? I usually don't sip on this, but because I've been getting my workout game back on lately, better sipping on vodka than I do anything else.
I agree.
Yeah, so this is really the only time that I do it. If you notice, it's just only with my guys.
So it's in on ice with lemon.
Nah, this is just neat, man. This is neat with nice.
What kind of vodka is it?
Yeah, what kind of vodka?
Some Belvedere.
Belvedere.
Yeah. I think it's crazy. I'm not crazy about any vodka, really, but this is okay. Like this, it does a trick. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I used to drink 16-ounce glasses of vodka.
Yeah, those were in your alcoholic days.
And I mean, but I would be okay. Like I would be straight. Like in the morning, I would be good. I can function. For some reason, vodka does not give me hangovers. Now, anything else does.
I'm like that with tequila. I could drink tequila all
I cannot
day.
do that. I would die.
I can do tequila.
I would die.
Actually,
I would.
I enjoy tequila.
I'm drinking. Shout out to Kingston 11 in Oakland for Telegraph Avenue, drinking some of their homemade rum punch.
Nice. Real quick, if I'm a steal Bel-Ami's job, real quick. No, we got a couple of things, a couple of people in the building. Of course, the podcast is official.
Kadre's here.
Kadre in the building.
And Sheree was actually first, though.
Yeah. No, I was about to get to her. because she said, hey, but then she noticed that I want to make sure, Ricky, were you a teacher?
No, I come from a family of teachers. I was a consultant for the educators.
So, right. So
technically, yes.
Technically, you're teaching now, no?
Yeah. So
yeah,
they had me coaching the teachers. So I would come in and do consultations for the teachers.
Oh, you was teaching teachers. Oh,
yeah,
you big time. Okay. All right. So to answer your question, Shuri, yes. We have all been educators. 3 of us are retired. There's still one who's still holding on. Next.
Why you said it like that?
He ain't even paying attention. He ain't paying attention. That's why I said
no. Hold on. I know you're talking shit about me. I'm gonna tell you what I'm doing. Yes, I'm on my phone. You know what happened? My man is visiting from New York, and I feel bad because I'm over here doing this show, and I realized I didn't say, "Oh shit!" Like, yo, my link's in the bio. Sorry, I didn't see it in the clip. You know what I mean? So I don't want to force like, yo, come on. So
I got you.
I'm trying to be a good host.
Well, hopefully, when I come visit you, you won't treat me like that. All right. And of course, BJ Cables, Don B in the building. That's where I'm at. Actually, I'm in his building.
Next time, hold it down.
He's screaming in the background. All right. So getting back on schedule, I'll let DJ Elbow Greasy finish his text. So Bel-Ami, how are you defining freedom today?
Shots.
Yeah, so I'm defining freedom by lately my theme has been kind of out of my comfort zone a bit, and so the last couple of days, man, I went and I worked out at the park, but not like usually I go work off in the cut somewhere, but now I worked out like on top of a hill where everybody was at, so it was like. Nice. You know what I'm saying? It's just, I don't know. It's just something different about it. And because I hadn't been posting my videos, it's kind of like, it was like I would start my workout and I'd just be energized by the people, man. And so that's how I'm finding my freedom today.
That's nice. Mr. Elbow Greasy, are you ready? Are you ready?
You know, technology is not my claim to fame. So,
yeah. What is your claim to fame?
Love, brother. Love.
Look at you.
I thought
around. You see how you turn that? You see how you turn that around on you?
Yeah. I thought he was gonna say like. I know I talk about him like teaching and all, but like he's an all-star educator. Like he's one of the most wanted educators in the private sector, and for that, it's admirable. No joke. He hit me up like once a week, being like, "Yo, they I got this group after me. I got this school after me.
So please stop.
Call me. Can I use you as a reference? Like they're calling him and he's asking me to be the reference, and I just got to say some good stuff, but they already want to hire him. And
nice.
Lever's a 7-figure teacher, by the way. There's not too many of those.
We're gonna stop all this nonsense. All this is not true. You know what I'm saying? I'm still trying to make $1.15. Like not at all. But I appreciate the sentiment behind the compliment.
But it's
it's similar to Bel-Ami.
It is true.
You are the
all-star educator.
Nah, brother. I'm just a vessel. You know what I'm saying? Right. But similar to Bel-Ami, my friend's here from New York. He's really into, outdoorsy stuff. So he was skiing up in Tahoe. And we walked around after having brunch, and we must have done like a 3-mile loop along the bay, along the San Francisco Bay, right? And so like we were like at one point like walking on top of rocks, and it was really interesting, man. This is me, my wife, him, and my dog. And so yeah, defining freedom, just I think really trying to accept what nature is giving me. So nice. It's a beautiful day. And I think you got to accept that being outside and, appreciating that as opposed to like, oh, I got to go to this spot and I got to go to this spot. Like, this is the anti-spot. You know what I mean? So I'm really enjoying those opportunities. And I wish I would see more Black people doing that. Right. Like it's unfortunate. We're so into spending our money. Like this costs nothing. Just literally parking your car, being outside. And being able to, just chop it up with people. So I love it.
Really being one with the universe, man. Get some real vitamin D in.
That's right.
So Lever, we're on the same wavelength today, as always. So I was defining freedom as acceptance. So I had a conversation with a great friend yesterday, and the word I gave him was acceptance. And then this morning, when I was on my run, I realized that like that word is pretty powerful. And like if we can understand and wrap our head around acceptance, you can probably do about anything and everything you want in terms of like just accept things as they are. Hold on. Okay. Just accept things as they are, right? And know that it's like it's not about you, it's not happening to you, it's just happening. And so like so I say that I know I'm going to take a little longer than normal, but I say that because like early on in my marriage, you're still learning each other. And then like we started going to counseling, and our counselor was like, yo, y'all need to understand this word called acceptance. You need to accept your wife, and you also need to accept yourself. And be okay with that. Be okay with where you are, and like just keep it moving, and just know that like it's not personal. And then what I realized too is like when I got fired from my job, like I'm now at a place of acceptance, and I wish, and maybe it didn't need to happen this way, but I wish I would accept it a lot earlier, because like I was taking it personal. I was like, "Ooh, I'm going after these people. I'm going to get this," and I had this whole like 48 laws of power scheme that was going to come after them and destroy the organization from within and all this other stuff. And then I was like, "Nah, this is what it's supposed to be," because like had I not got fired, I wouldn't even be able to do this podcast. I wouldn't be able to produce this other show I'm doing. I wouldn't be able to like, do video games all day and get paid to do it. And so it's like, yo, man, accept. And it's not personal. It's like they needed to make a decision for them, and it's okay. And like they're much better because of it. And I'm so much more better because of it. And so it's like, yeah, acceptance, y'all. Acceptance is freedom.
DJ says that's the first step. The first step is acceptance. And listen,
yeah, that's so deep, man.
Yeah. He also says you're in for something good, bro. Be ready.
That's
so
hey, real quick
to
Yuvarajan. That's Yuvarajan, dude.
What's up, man?
He's in Malaysia right now. So
yo, we are international.
Yeah, that's my dude from Malaysia right now. So shout out to Yuvarajan, man. He's another dope up and coming life coach, and he has a lot of nonprofit things he's doing out there right now. So he's a really good person. So I appreciate you. I don't know what time it is out there, but thank you for tuning in, bro.
Thank you. Yo, can you throw up Sheree still?
Also, Sheree is just amazed at the fact that you can run and think at the same time.
So I wanted to respond to that. Yeah, like I've been running consistently now for 12 months in a row, which has been a blessing. It's been quite amazing. And at first I thought I was a competing with like Lever, but I sort of leave him behind. No, but like what I was going to Sheree, like one of the things I've been thinking about doing is like going live during my runs, and like maybe getting some kind of deal. Like, so if you want to run along with me, like today I did 8 miles, and it was pretty dope. So yeah, I can run and think now. Sometimes I trip up on myself, but it's all good.
Yeah, I'm gonna say some Bel-Ami shit. You know what I hate? Niggas. You know what I hate? When niggas go live for shit they ain't got no business going live for. You know what I'm saying? Like, you ain't gotta go. You ain't gotta go live. Like when I go live, and if I'm running, like your snot's coming out of places you don't want to see.
But some people want to just run along.
Yeah, but nobody want to see that, bro.
It is. I ain't gonna lie. I'll go live for like the first mile, and then I'll go live for the last 400.
Listen, if you got the energy to be live, talking and running,
I was gonna say that
you can run further.
I definitely can't talk and run.
Yo, Derek, I don't need the burger for the bun. You know what I'm saying?
I got you.
So yeah, because the beginning and end of the run, that's the bread, right? The top of the burger, the bottom of the burger. I want the in between. I want that meat. I want that relish. I want that tomato. You know what I'm saying? When that cheese is melted.
All right.
That's what.
This might be the earliest in the conversation.
That's what she said.
The views expressed by DJ Elbow Greasy, right? Go ahead, Bel-Ami.
I want the meat.
All right, so I mean, we are 22 minutes in, and this was supposed to be 5, but it's all good. It's all good. And so tonight, you know, it is the last night.
Laughing at you, bro. Everybody, people laughing at you.
I love them.
You know that. People
I
laughing.
love them. They laugh and win.
So tonight's the last night of Women's Her Story Month in terms of for like, you know, Saturdays. And we couldn't go out without at least having one more woman on. I think we did a great job. We did 3 out of 4. So we did 75%. So that was great. And so like, you know, we probably have, you know, we have a really dope guest tonight. Some might call her a queen. And, you know, I'm going to let Bel-Ami introduce her.
Yeah. So listen, the guest that we have tonight is a good friend of mine. And she's just an all around, just incredible person, motivational speaker, doctoral candidate, soon to be doctor.
Oh,
call her doctor pretty soon.
Nice.
Can't wait for that. You know what I'm saying? That's the definite thing that we just need in our community. You know what I'm saying? And not an MD, just like she a doctor because she think good. And
nice.
But yeah, and aside from that, she is a gorgeous individual, and so much so that I had to make sure I had her in one of my videos. And so I'm gonna play a short clip from that, and you can see. Yeah. Tell me what's a dream, what's a dream, and how it brings reality. Or is it just a fantasy? Queen, walk right out and sing from my dreams. Oh, you walk right out. Tell me what's a dream, is it how it brings just how it all began. A dream that has no end. Said you walked right out and then I saw forever. Now when I think about real love, I dream of nothing but the moment you became something true. Oh, queen, wonder how you seem to walk right out a scene from my dreams. Queen, tell me what's a dream? Is it how it brings reality? Yeah, so
that was amazing, bro.
Listen, she made the video look a lot better than if it were just me.
Oh man.
And yo, she's just awesome individual. And she just when I think about free agents and what we stand for and how we're searching to define freedom, she is one person who I can honestly say is free. And it's beautiful to see it in action. And so I wanted to have her on this podcast tonight. So y'all show some love to my good friend, Miss Seneca Dunmore.
Seneca. What is going on? Yeah. Fired up.
Thank you. Yes.
Yeah.
Awesome introduction.
My God. That was amazing.
Thank you.
Amazing.
I was kind of mad. My security decided to pause the video and it froze. So all that I see was y'all doing like this. But I know what the video is, so I know. I was so mad. I was like, I can't see it. But I saw it before, so it was an amazing video. So
yeah,
so happy to have you on right now.
Thank you so much. I never get tired of that video. Oh my God.
Right?
And not to mention, it sounds so good. Like,
it does.
Like it just sounds good. So
She getting all the applause tonight.
Yeah.
Thank you.
By the way, I just since you popped up Cherie was like, I think we're Cherie's hair doing show because she's always doing her hair when she's watching us, so she's twisting right now. But thank you for supporting that live run idea, by the way. Yeah,
absolutely.
Nice.
All right. So I mean, I know that Bel-Ami did an amazing job introducing you.
Yeah.
How could you what else do you want to add on to that?
So so I'm from Houston, Texas, born and raised in Sunnyside, which was considered the 6th most dangerous neighborhood in America at one point. So I went to graduate from high school, went to Tuskegee University, did my bachelor's in biology and pre-medical sciences, got my master's from Texas Southern University in information technology. So I worked in IT for a number of years. And I'm currently in the dissertation phase of my doctorate at Texas Southern University in higher education. So, and most of my life is on the road traveling. So I started my motivational speaking business back in May of 2015, and literally by July of 2016, I was doing international speaking engagements. So, and I also coach. So I started my own coaching business in the midst of COVID based on a friend's recommendation. I was doing like these Instagram lives talking about, how I got into the speaking realm. And I kept on getting all these DMs like, hey, how did you get into it? And what can I do? And a friend was like, hey, you need to monetize that. So I literally packaged up all my content and ideas, and now I sell it. So listen, if it ain't making dollars, it ain't making sense to me in this season. So
hold on. Why Bel-Ami act like he picked you up on the subway struggling at the Greyhound? Bel-Ami, what is wrong with you, man? You picked up at the library, man.
No.
Yeah.
Listen, first of all, Cherie says all hail the sciences, education.
Right.
Cherie is also
thank you
as well.
And then
thank you, Cherie.
Derek over there trying to set people up. So tell us, who the fuck are you?
I know, right?
Right? Yeah.
If you ask me, bro, how much time you got?
Right.
Oh my God,
Jesus, that was so
yeah.
You know what? I don't even know. We don't need to be on this podcast. You can just take over. We'll hit mute and we'll just watch it.
Yeah. So that's me in a nutshell. So like Bel-Ami said, I do a lot of travel. I've been to 40 plus countries. I had over 20,000 flight miles in 2020 in the midst of COVID.
Wow.
So yeah, 20,000 flight miles in the midst of COVID. So
all I'm going to say is, go ahead, Bel-Ami. Sorry.
You stayed negative the whole time?
No. So I had COVID in October of last year.
Wow.
Yeah. And it was crazy how I found out. I was going into this nonprofit that I work with. And so you know how they take the temperature as you come through the door. Right. And I'm coming in, I'm taking my temperature, and the alarm just sounded. It was like, bah, bah, bah. And everybody's looking here like, oh shit, this bitch done brought the COVID up in here. And so they politely escorted my ass out the building.
No way. You didn't say, yo, check the batteries. Nah.
Listen, no. They was like, oh, you got to go. So literally I went and got tested that night. Results came back the next morning. And I was like, but I was lucky because I was one of those asymptomatic people where, I didn't have any trouble breathing. I didn't have any, body aches or pains or any of that. So I was walking around and didn't know it. And luckily, the walk of shame is having to call everybody that you come in contact with. It's it's like, calling to tell somebody you done gave them an STD or something like, right? You're like, listen, so I have to call everybody.
Are you burning today?
And luckily, nobody I came in contact with contracted it. So I got through it really quickly, quarantined myself, and I got over it really quickly.
But you know what you could have done, right? You could have just called people and be like, listen, I take your breath away.
Stop it.
Oh my God. You are on a cornball mission today, and I love it.
You know what I hate about niggas? You know what I really hate about niggas sometimes?
Right. Yeah. So
I got 2
luckily
days left in Houston, y'all. So I gotta get it all out before I go to Jersey.
Right,
man. So I guess, Seneca, you really left people breathless, huh? I had to follow up. I'm sorry. I couldn't help that.
Since we're on the breathless,
you gotta come with a new angle, bro. You can't just.
I do have a question since we're on breakfast. Like, real talk. What I loved about the video is like there was a level of intimacy without being intimate, right? And then sometimes even more intimate. And so, Bel-Ami, knowing, I'll be honest, if as a man, I would be like, first of all, I got to make sure I smell good, my breath is like, you know, my cologne is good, because what you all were sharing is the space in between each other, right? It's not when I'm next to you. So it's like that area is so precious. So like, what was it like filming that video in such a crowded space, whether it's a train or even on the street? Like there was so much energy in it, but I was just trying to get a sense like what that was like.
You know, it was a beautiful experience because number one, I'm an extrovert, so I'm energized by people. So the more the merrier, right? The more people around, the better I feel. And you know, being in New York, because I used to live there, so I love the energy of New York. And it was just great because, like you said, there was this synergy and intimacy between us without it being raunchy or over the top. And, you know, and I just love that because I feel like we need to get back to that. You know, it's like, what happened to the ballads, the love songs when people were like, you know, girl, you know, what happened to that? So yeah, it was a beautiful thing. I had so much fun doing it. And it's funny because, you know, both me and Bel-Ami were wearing like those denim jackets and we had no idea that we were almost like dressed alike. It was totally not even planned.
Wow.
Yeah.
In sync.
So yeah, it was a lot of fun.
It was just in sync. And it was just
like,
the cool thing too, and what I appreciate about just that Seneca was the one in the videos, because like her attitude of that freeness, it's just like, yo, okay, because we shot that real guerrilla style. It was like, okay, we're gonna go right here. Hold on, wait till these people move. All right, cool. And and she was just go with the flow, man. I loved it. And
it was fun.
And really, that was one of the first times like we just really got to hang. And but there was like some chemistry there, and so like we played off of it really well, and it came.
Absolutely, it came out perfect. I just
want to. No, go ahead, finish.
Oh no, I loved it. No, go ahead.
No, I just want to applaud Malika because you know it takes a strong woman to allow a video like that to happen.
Listen, and that was actually my first time meeting Malika. Because I remember Bel-Ami, they were just recently married. And so I flew out to New York. And that was actually my first time meeting Malika. But yes, and I mean, she's drop dead gorgeous.
What?
So, yes, drop dead gorgeous. So it was nice to have her there, you know, kind of directing everything. It was so much fun. Yeah. So that's my girl. I love Malika.
That's beautiful.
Shout out to y'all for being like dope and professional at the same time. I would have never thought that y'all did a guerrilla style because it looks so organized. It looks so well put together. I was like, they had to have a director, they had to have the script. But to hear you say that, it was like, really?
This was the organization. It was like, all right, we're gonna shoot tomorrow. Okay, we still need some other shots. We're gonna shoot the next day as well. Time. And you know, it was just good, man. It was just
it was. Yeah.
So, Seneca, I have a question as a life coach. Like, what's your niche? What's your niche? Like, who are you coaching?
So I coach new and aspiring speakers. So new and aspiring speakers who are trying to maximize and monetize their speaking business, right? So individuals who, you know, have this incredible story that they want to share with the world, but they don't know the mechanics and logistics of how to get started, right? So I kind of walk them through the program on how to get started, and not just that, but how to make money, because I feel like, you know, our gifts do make room for us. And, you know, and you don't have to just give your gift away to the lowest bidder, right? We feel like just because we do something well that, oh, well, I should just give it away. It's like, no, people need to pay for it. I show them how to monetize it. Yeah, because it's just like, because I know me, it's like my lifestyle requires money because I like to move around. I like to travel. I like to come and go as I please. And I need money to do that. So, yeah.
You know,
I'll be reaching out.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
I got one more question. You know, I know I think we talked about this in one of our podcasts. Is like with, you know, Black people and self-development, and when it comes down to stuff like that, most Black people are very hesitant to actually charge people because they don't take personal development that serious. So I know a lot of people they just give their service away for free. Like, so what would you tell an aspiring coach to help them get going and say, look, this is what you should be charging. This is why you should be charging people. I mean, like you have your reason, but what somebody don't have that same thought process.
Well, one of the things I always remind my clients is like, you have a financial responsibility to yourself. Right? Like you have a financial responsibility to take care of yourself, to take care of your family. And, I don't like to sound preachy, but like, I believe what the Bible says when it says, when God says, I wish above all things that you prosper and be in good health, right? Prosperity includes wealth and financial, right? It includes that. So it doesn't just mean, because see, I think where a lot of people have gone wrong, and I grew up in Black churches where it was always about money is the root of all evil, and your righteousness is nothing but filthy rags, and you unworthy. And so when you feel like that, and when you've been indoctrinated with that all your life, and now it's time to ask for money, you feel like, oh, but I'm unworthy, and I'm supposed to just wait until I die, and then I'm gonna walk on streets paved with gold. And it's like, no, you're supposed to live a righteous and prosperous life here on earth, and that includes being financially stable and wealthy. Like there's nothing wrong with that.
Well, where the organ at? Where's the organ when we need one?
We need a
I should have been a Honda.
Y'all so crazy.
So on that line, do you often encounter so for instance, folks who are like, well, my parents only were able to get this far, so I only need to aspire to their level. I don't need to go even further. Like, do you encounter that, particularly amongst people of color?
Yeah. I mean, especially with women, right? Because I talk a lot about negotiation. I love negotiation, right? Because before I got into motivational speaking, I used to work in DC. And so I worked for a multi-billion-dollar consulting firm. And so I was negotiating IT contracts, right? And most of my book of business was oil and gas contracts. So I'd be, negotiating these multi-million-dollar contracts. And of course, because I was in IT, I used to be the only Black girl in the room. So, I'm walking in, they think I'm bringing coffee, and I'm like, no, I'm here to negotiate the deal. So because I knew the technology, right? I had the master's, I knew the technology, I had done it before. So I knew both sides of it. And I had to teach women like negotiation is like chess, right? In that you have there's strategies, right? There's tactics, there's techniques, and you have to learn the game in order to, in order to play, you got to learn the game. And so, it's one of those things like we have to be comfortable with talking about money, because the only people who are uncomfortable talking about money is broke people. People with money don't mind talking about money.
So what's funny about that, I remember not so long ago when I was, working for somebody else's dreams, I had brought up this idea, like we were doing a workshop, and I was sort of leading, and I was telling them, like, yes, you need to negotiate your salary. And so like one of my staff members were like, we can negotiate. I was like, yeah. And so it was a young woman. I was like, yes, that's what you're supposed to do. And she's like, oh, I didn't know that. And I was like, I didn't know either until I got actually, who the person told me how to negotiate is DJ Elbow Greasy. I will never forget this. He used to say like, yo, you need to go in and ask for 90,000 first. And then you start at 90 and you work your way up.
Absolutely.
Not even down. He was like, you start at 90 and you work your way up, and then y'all meet somewhere. And before that, and this is like, I was already in my 30s when I learned how to negotiate, because like a lot of people, you're right. Like, hey, if you grew up broke, or like, let's just say you grew up as a middle-class Black person, you don't learn that. You take what is given to you.
Yeah, absolutely.
And you be okay with that. And then what I had to learn is that like, you hire me, which means you need me.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
If you need me, then you're gonna pay for what you need.
Absolutely.
I think too, though, a lot of the jobs, you got to think, a lot of the jobs that poor Blacks get are jobs that are not hurting for staff. Like, if it's a I don't know, I'm just using this. If it's a McDonald's, right? Like McDonald's pays $7 an hour, then that's what you get. And so when you come in there, I wish somebody would go to McDonald's and negotiate. Like, that's just not going to happen. You know what I'm saying? And so like it's not totally because of that, but that's a symptom of the economic disparity. And that's been systematically designed. And I think these are just some of the things that just come out of it.
You know,
Absolutely.
you said one thing, like something I learned a while back is being broke is a temporary condition, but
That's right.
being poor is is a total mental condition. You know what I'm saying? It's a mental disorder. You know, because like again, you're mentally programmed to be poor because you're surrounded by poor people all the time. But like
Absolutely.
people who are temporarily broke, they don't look at broke as being poor. It's like I'm just temporarily, I don't have the money right now, but
That's
I know how to make the money. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So you're not helps. We can talk about this all day. I'm fired up. I'm sorry.
Okay.
So Kadre says something really important. Touching back on the scripture, many people misinterpret the money scripture. The love of money is the root of all evil.
Yeah.
Money is inanimate. He said he had a lot of questions about it before he read it himself. I think that's another thing too, right? We did an episode on the lies that people tell.
Yeah.
Around, if something is misinterpreted, but it's said by enough people, it becomes true. You know
That's right. That's right.
Right. It's like the biggest thing is like you can't make money the God, because if you make money your God, you ain't gonna never have enough. It's really more like focus on the passion, focus on what it is, your purpose, and the money's gonna come.
Absolutely. Like money is a tool. Money is a tool.
Yes.
And money is a byproduct of the service that I give. So I don't glorify the money. It's just a byproduct of what I receive in return for the investment I make in other people.
Yeah, the money just pretty much cosigns your value. You know what I'm saying? Whatever you feel like you're worth. And then the universe says like, okay, you feel like you're only worth $100,000, that's exactly what you're going to get. But if you understand like what you're worth upon this earth, and it's like, nah, it's limitless. Like, you literally walk into, I like when you said start off with 90 and work your way up. Like most people work their way down. I'm gonna use that. I'm letting you know ahead of time.
Right.
but how do you combat the narrative that has been shown within popular culture about Black people that we, overvalue the Benjamins over, you know what I'm saying? Like the purpose, like what we've done in order to earn the Benjamins, right? And so I think so how do you get a chance to navigate, to have that conversation with people to say like, it's okay to have money. It doesn't mean that you have to buy the Maybach, but it's okay to have, because I teach middle school kids, and middle school kids, particularly kids of color, they're trying to understand how to navigate those worlds in terms of like, not earning a lot of money, but like that doesn't mean that you have to overtly floss, overtly floss.
Right.
So, not allowing the money to define you in a sense.
Yeah. So do you have to explain that to people?
All the time. It's like, before I can really get to the curriculum, I've got to shift the paradigm of their thinking, right? How they think about money, how they think about, like, I tell them, like, this is not a cost, this is an investment, right? Cost and investment, two totally different things. They're thinking about the cost. I'm trying to show them that, no, you're making an investment in self, right? So before I can start really planting the seeds, I got to till the ground, right? Which is their mind, really start cultivating their mind to understand that they're deserving and they're worthy of this. And a lot of times it takes, pulling them out of those environments, right? Because if you've never been exposed to anything different, then you don't know anything different. I grew up in Sunnyside. I thought everybody had babies out of wedlock. I thought everybody was a dope dealer. You know what I mean? Because that's all I saw in my environment. And it wasn't until, my parents started putting us in summer camps and things like that. I remember my 10th grade year going off to Talladega, Alabama, and doing this summer camp with Mae Jemison, who was the first Black astronaut. And I'm like, here it is, a little old poor girl from Sunnyside, and I'm sitting next to the first Black woman astronaut. You know what I mean? And it was just like, it opened up a whole new world because it was an international summer camp. So I was around all these international students. And so for me, something clicked in that moment. But if you never have one of those defining moments like that, then it's hard to kind of break that cycle. Like, you got to get outside of your environment sometimes.
100%. So, another thing is, one more thing, and I promise I'll shut up.
Go ahead.
Just thinking about like music videos, like, on all the rap music videos, the only thing you see is dudes flashing money all the time. So you're watching music videos all the time, and you see Black people who make money, and all they do is constantly flash. You know what I'm saying? And then they see that over and over and over. And the people who actually really making money, you don't see them flashing like that. They behind the scenes.
That's right.
Absolutely.
So as Black people, that's all we see is flashing money. So when you get it, it's like, oh, bling, 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 I got to flash the money. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So with that being said, like, it's been real, guys. it's been a great night. Thank y'all for coming out. It's probably one of the best episodes we've had yet. And so I'll just end on a high note and just keep it moving. So y'all have a good night.
That was fire.
I'm just playing. But now, so we're 45 minutes, 46 minutes in, and we haven't done the rules yet because we jumped right into it and we got some really great information. So with that being said, Bel-Ami, what's the rules for tonight?
So house rules, very simple. And because the conversation is just flowing so well, I'm not going to belabor this. Listen, this is all about conversation. That's it. Conversation is the only thing that stands between understanding. It's the only thing that can bridge understanding as well. So we're here to have these conversations. If there's ever a moment you hear something that intrigues you, feel free to drop in the comments. We're just like your exes. We stay in the DMs.
That's right.
What's being said. We know we try to show.
We like your exes and your futures.
There you go. Also, I'm going to post the link in the chat. And this link that I'm posting, if ever you want to hang out with us VIP, you can do so by using this link right there that just showed up. Also, I'd like to remind everyone to, whatever platform you're watching this on, just take a minute and follow, like,
that's right, y'all.
Subscribe. If you're on YouTube, make sure you hit the subscribe button and also that little bell notification icon so you'll be notified whenever we go live. Right now, we're live each and every Saturday at 10 p.m. Eastern. That's it. Our one rule on this show: think and speak freely. We've done a really good job of that, so much so that we're 48 minutes in and we haven't even touched on any of our topics.
God dang. Hey, you know what?
It's usually pick a side time. This
I was just going to say, we might as well go straight to pick a side. I didn't even realize that we haven't built the show yet. We just went right in, like, fired up.
So we got a lot to talk about though tonight, y'all. And I don't even know where to start because it's so much. But I'm just gonna throw up an image and just like see where it goes. So the first image I want to throw up is this one.
Oh God!
Oh goodness!
Yeah!
Oh
yeah!
My God!
Oh my God!
Really?
Yes.
Is he just gonna try to outdo me? We
No. I can't outdo you. You are the singer extraordinaire. Yes.
Yeah. Right. So you know what? Let's go ahead and hop into that. So, Seneca, have you seen the whole Derek Jackson thing?
Yeah, he actually went to Tuskegee University.
Done. Talk about it.
So you know him personally?
No, thank God.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, no. He was there after me.
Right.
Got it.
So from a woman's perspective, okay, I noticed a lot of the ladies are going in on his wife.
So real quick,
Ricky,
go
ahead.
No.
Damn,
you could no.
Right
Yeah, because some people might not know who he is. Can you talk a little bit about like who Derek Jackson is for those who don't know and like what he does and what led us to this picture?
Awesome. Okay, so you want me to do it? I can do it.
Yeah.
So Derek Jackson is a self-proclaimed relationship guru. Okay, he's very well known for being in his car and giving relationship advice and telling guys what to do and telling women what to do and how to keep your relationship together. I think he has like a couple of books out there. You know, I don't even follow him that much, but I just saw his videos online. And long story short, the version that I got of it is that he's been cheating on his wife for the past 12 plus years. Okay.
Oh,
yes. So
no, I was gonna say, well, you know what they say: those who can't teach.
So as of this year, one of the multiple women has come out. I forgot her. I think her name was Nikki. Funny. She came out and she put him on blast and told the world that he's been cheating. Then more, I think about seven other women came out and started talking about him as well. Yeah. So it's been a whole thing. So he went online live, okay, with his wife. And tried to give an apology video, which I mean, you got to see it for yourself to see how, in my opinion, this is the most narcissistic attitude, mindset, manipulative situation ever. Okay, and so now he has his apology video out, and everybody has multiple opinions about him, and more so about his wife. So that's kind of the backstory.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, I mean, that was hard to watch, dude.
Mm-hmm.
It was. Because like you said, narcissistic, he has been manipulating and using women, right, for his platform to line his pockets, basically.
Mhm.
And it was
Lying
just really
something else too.
Oh. Yeah, it was just really, like you said, like Bel-Ami said, it was really unfortunate, and it was really hard to watch because of course everybody's looking at his wife like, what the hell is she wearing? Like this cap bonnet looking thing on her head. She he holding her hand so tight. It was a weird situation. And then the fact that he kept on talking in third person, I'm like,
when Derek Jackson
he
does
wasn't.
something.
Yes, it's like he wasn't owning it. He wasn't owning it because he's talking in third person. It's like, dude, we talking about you.
Seneca, did you see
the follow-up video?
He did a video of him reacting to that video.
Yes.
No, I haven't seen that one.
He was like, yo, somebody sent me a message saying I would love to see you do a reaction. And real talk, probably nobody sent him a message.
I was just about to say that.
Like, feeling himself. He's like, oh shit, I'm buzzing right now. And so he went in his car, and like he does his other reaction videos, he had that video playing, and then he reacted to the video, probably saying what he truthfully thought of himself.
Mm-hmm. Which means he was talking in fourth person, which means he has multiple personalities.
Right? Yeah. Exactly.
But not to mention where he was like, so like this guy, he's a real honest dude, and like, he really stepped forward, and he really is about his relationship, and he should be forgiven. Like, I was like,
the first thing he said though was, it looks like he forced her to be there. And I was just thinking to myself, like, dude, what is wrong with you?
Yeah.
Look, I said it to y'all off camera, but I think he's a genius. Let me tell you why. If this stuff is all planned and done out, I mean, yes, he's a genius, but he's smart because he's constantly playing on all his negative shit that he got going on. He said, you know what? At the end of that video, he still was like, if y'all want to hear, I think he wrote another book about healing and marriage or something like that. He was like, y'all should go on his website and order his next book. It's like, his dude's still selling in the midst of all this shit.
Well, there's a chapter in the 48 Laws of Power that says you should court attention at all costs.
That's right.
Right now, he's courting attention. And that's really what he's doing. I mean, if nobody else laid it out plain for us the last 4 years, you should have seen that you can court attention at all costs, and it still works out for you a lot of times.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, so he's gonna spin it.
Right. Yeah. As a woman, how do you feel? A lot of women are attacking his wife, and that's all I see more than anything else. Like, how do you feel? She should have responded. What's your opinion of her?
I don't follow Derek. I've seen a couple of his videos.
Can we call him?
D? Yeah, D.
Because my name is Derek, and I don't want to get this.
Okay, yeah, my bad. I had never seen the wife until that video. So, it was just strange to me that you were such a relationship guru, but nobody ever saw your goddamn wife. So, and it's one thing, like I love the Lord, right? I love the Lord. I love marijuana too. Like, you know what I'm saying? So it's one of those things, like when people are so hyper religious and, and you see a bonnet and I see the helmet of salvation and you see a green shirt, but I see I'm just like.
Is that her real video? That was really her.
That was really her. That was really her.
I just assumed it was a parody video. I didn't even get the face. That was really her saying that.
That was really her.
Oh, she need to blink twice. Like this.
That's what I'm saying. And I was just like, this is the weirdest situation. You know what I'm saying? Like, we get it, but love and manipulation can't exist in the same space. Like love and you know what I'm saying? Like it doesn't happen. So, you are clearly being manipulated. And I get that whole stand by your man and everything, but God never said look like a fucking fool. You know what I'm saying? He never said, just let this man run all over you. I can't get with it. I'm sorry. Like, if she chooses to stay, that's her business, amen to her. But I mean, I'm pretty sure he's not gonna stop. He's been caught, but he's not gonna stop because you got this, this religious bunny who gonna stay right here by your side. You know what I'm saying? And she gonna keep on preaching the gospel and walking around with her Bible, and she gonna, you know what I'm saying? And she gonna keep on defending your, negative and manipulative and savage behavior. Like, so why would he leave now? Like,
do you think they have an arrangement?
I don't know. I mean, sometimes women in those positions, because you have, y'all been married for a while, you got children together, all these things. It's kind of like, you know what? If I leave, then what? I mean, clearly he's making great money because he's been selling books and all these other, So it's like, what's her incentive to leave?
Yeah, where are they located?
Atlanta.
Are they Atlanta? Yeah, I don't know.
So I mean, that's probably the thing. Like, she probably can't get no spousal support. Like, if there was in New York, she would have been gone.
Yeah,
I'm sure that's a thing.
Spousal support?
No, she can't get spousal support because she's in Atlanta.
Well, different states have different rules. So, like New York,
absolutely,
you can after 10 years, you have to pay spousal support.
So, not to jump off of spousal support, but my concern about the whole thing is that it seems to me that he's taking advantage of this. I don't want to say identity, but there is this somewhat identity, particularly amongst Black women, who almost like appreciate like the fact that not appreciate, but and not relish, but I'm single and there's a lifestyle that comes with being a Black single woman, like how difficult it is to find a match, the marrying, the ratio of Black women who actually get a chance to find someone that they can marry, etc. I think he took advantage of that and is like, oh, this is my lane. I can kind of critique Black women and Black men because of this issue in terms of Black women trying to find a man that's of their particular,
absolutely.
You know what I mean? So that's the part I have an issue with. It's like, I think he could have driven in a different lane. And even if he's going to go that lane, then in front of your wife, you get on a knee, you humble yourself. But I haven't seen and I'm not trying to cast a stone. I just haven't seen a sense of humility.
No, I haven't.
You're not gonna get it from him at all.
I don't think you're gonna get it. Not from him.
No, like I look at this guy like I guess he's smart, but he does have mental issues because if you can teach people how to pay attention to the obvious signs, he's doing the exact opposite in his relationship to manipulate his wife. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm telling you, hey, look for these signs that this guy is cheating on you. He should be doing that. And then he go right back home and he tell his wife, you can't find nobody because X, Y, Z, blah, 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 blah. So you might as well stay here and I'm doing this, that, and the other. So he's a
sociopath?
Yes. That's why I say he's something mentally off of this dude. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And the bad thing about it, this is the part where we're talking about like where the energy is going because everybody's talking about this cat. So the only thing we're doing is bumping his ratings up. Up.
That's what we're doing.
I told my wife, I said, I bet you, but any kind of money, he going to end up on Steve Harvey show within the next month. You know what I'm saying? Because everybody's talking about him. So I'm like, look, the more you feed into this dude, the only thing you're doing is boosting his narcissistic ego over and over and over. It's not going to ever stop, So I'd be like, just pay attention to what's going on, but then take it for what it is and then leave that shit alone.
Therese said something really interesting that he needs to walk the talk or just not try to lead.
Or lead his house.
Yeah, he said her stance is between her and God. Have no judgment against her.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know either one of them personally. Like, do what you want to do. You know what I'm saying? But this whole thing, you're manipulating women, the vulnerability of a lot of these single women for your benefit. Like,
Yeah. Can I ask you, Seneca, what is the hardest thing what's the most challenging issue you've been trying to get people, men or women, to overcome?
Oh, the most challenging. Oh gosh. to live. Like, again, I like I said, because I grew up in churches where it was always about just suffer through this life, because don't worry, you're gonna get to heaven one day and you're gonna walk on street paved with gold and you're gonna drink milk and honey and all that. Yeah. Right. But it was never about living a good life here on earth. You know what I'm saying? And so to get people to understand, like, it's okay to enjoy your life here on earth. Like, that's one of the hardest paradigm shifts right there, because again, people have been indoctrinated with this theology that it's like, oh, well, you know, it's okay to be poor and just suffer, and you know, it's okay because Jesus suffered and you know he went through all this, and so you know we glorify that, and we're just looking for the afterlife. You know what I mean? Like that is the hardest thing to really get people to understand. Like, no, that's
yeah.
That's probably the hardest thing that I have to deal with, because you know I taught with this nonprofit here in Houston, and a lot of the demographic that I dealt with individuals coming out of incarceration, so reentry. And you know, when you've been behind a cage for 15, 20, 30 years, you know what I mean, and the world has been changing out here, and it's, you know, and you've been locked behind these bars, is, you know, trying to change that mindset is that's the toughest part. Yeah, trying to change that mindset. So yeah, I think I think that's probably the most challenging part that I have to deal with, is just shifting, you know, their beliefs and their mindsets.
Well, you said something that was really, really insightful, and that was getting people to live now, not waiting for the afterlife. And I think it's really good to get us into our next topic, which was did you want to I'm sorry, I'm just now seeing our private.
No, it's good. No, we can do this because I mean, it's all gonna flow, trust me, it's all gonna flow.
Yeah,
cool. So yeah, Derek, so you brought this. Who brought this up? Derek?
Actually, this is Mr. Ricky. He's been coming with the content. Ricky creates all the content. Content Ricky.
Ricky sent us this video earlier, and this video is also buzzing on all the internets right now. And so I'm just going to show a couple photos from the video, and I'm sure you guys can know. This is Lil Nas X.
And that sexy devil.
Yeah, that's sexy devil. There's also Lil Nas X, same video. And this one as well, Lil Nas X. And so there was he played on the idea of heaven and hell, the snake, all this other stuff. He talks about some really interesting things throughout this song. I have to go back and listen to it again just to be sure. But Ricky, why is this something that you wanted to definitely touch on?
For multiple reasons. And it was really just, here you go. Sorry. Is it me? Because Seneca said something, and it was just perfect. That's why you're so perfect to be here today, because you just flowing in with us. It's just the whole concept and idea of heaven and hell, you know. And you guys know me now. I'm definitely in the spiritual advising and coaching, and so you know we can go into this monolithic mindset of understanding God and so on and so forth. But this particular video with Lil Nas was so epic, and I'm gonna be careful when I say and pick the certain words, because I'll say it. I know Christians be like, that's demonic and that's the devil. The thing I have with people when I talk about spiritual coaching and advising is like faith and works. Okay, what are you believing? Okay, this dude believes so much in whatever he believed in. He believed heaven, hell, demon, Satan, Lucifer, Beelzebub, whatever, that he put an entire video together, took the concept out of the Bible, okay, paid the money, and put it out there, basically saying, I don't give a shit about what none of y'all say, what none of y'all think. I'm gay, okay? And if y'all think gay people are going to go to hell anyway, well, let me just do a whole video with me.
Yeah.
Going to hell on the devil.
That's what I'm saying.
Yo, go ahead.
So he's so confident in it, and that's why I said I was telling people hit me up all day about it, and so I didn't even know about it until people kept texting me about it, and I was like, well, let me watch the video, and I'm like, I'm glad he did it, because what it's doing is showing people this is what faith and believing in yourself really looks like. You know, like those Christians who be behind the scenes, I believe in God, but you ain't doing half the shit that he just did. This nigga put a whole video together, took the concept, he took it out the Bible.
So my first,
no,
it was my first reaction because I remember I watched and I had that reaction. I was like, "Yo, this is some demonic shit."
Mm-hmm.
That was my first reaction, and then after I sat with it for a minute, I came back and I was like, you know, liberals going to say that this is progressive. Conservatives is going to say that, you know, this is going against all of our values. And honestly, there's some parts that just doesn't sit right with me. But then I had to keep watching. And like, I think for me, what ended up happening is like, as I really began to reflect on it, it's like he was telling this amazing story. And like, you're right in that you got to go back and just like rewatch it. Like, and then you got to like watch it for the visuals, and then you got to watch it for the lyrics, and then you got to watch it together. And like, what's dope about it is that like, it's like what you said, Ricky, is like, you know, he believes in something so much that like, he's like, all right, I'm going to show y'all, I'm going to tell y'all this story. And like, at first y'all going to look at it and y'all going to immediately just have this reaction. But then it's like, you know, if you really, really, really look at it, then you can actually respond to it in a way that's like, yo, first of all, it's art. And there's been a lot more demonic art out there. I don't know if y'all ever saw Dante's Inferno. It's a piece of art that's like far more devious than this. And but the other thing is like, yo, like what he's saying and what he wants to present is like, y'all, I mean, what I got from it was like, okay, this is what's happening, and you know, you guys are painting me to be a demon, and since y'all going to paint me to be this demon, I'm going to embrace this. I'm going to embrace it, and then, you know, y'all can kiss my ass.
He literally
pretty much.
He literally did exactly what people are expecting him to do. Okay, you're telling me I'm this, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna give you exactly what you give me. Like, I'm gonna give it right back to you. And so you put it back out to the universe. As I said, like, look, it was one day, 10 million views. You know what I mean? Over 1 million likes. One day. So that's why I say when people say, hey, who are you? What do you believe in? And are you actually putting that out there? Or if you hold it back, you'll never get it back to you. It's never gonna come back to you. So this guy here, and again, I think he's an example of what true faith is. Okay, not necessarily biblically or in Christian aspect of it, but it's more of a, hey, no, if I believe in myself as a coach, as a trainer, as a husband, I'm gonna put myself out there like that.
Yeah,
if you believe in, go ahead.
Also, because I think faith is just a universal thing. You know what I'm saying, or at least the act of exercising that faith is universal beyond whatever religion you're in. I think it's just that's how the universe works. You know, you channel your energy into creating something. When it's in your mind, and then you channel your physical energy into it. It manifests, and you know that's what it is.
100%. Did you see it, DJ Elbow Greasy?
You know, from what I did see, it somewhat reminds me of, let's say, when George Michael was coming out, or he was outed, right? It also reminds me of other artists who probably wanted to live their truth, you know, in terms of being gay, and probably haven't had, or bisexual, and haven't had a chance to. So, you know, as a DJ, I respect any artist that feels comfortable to lay out their sexuality or who they are, express themselves. So I wholeheartedly, you know, support the brother, and, you know, I wish him well. So
that's what's up.
Yo,
Seneca, what about yourself? You seen it?
You know, I saw like on Facebook today, a young lady was responding to the video, I guess, and she was just like, you know, this is demonic. And, you know, so I hadn't seen the video myself. I just saw kind of like some visuals on Facebook and everything. And, but I did see a tweet that he put out, and it was basically kind of like, you know, in a nutshell, like, you created this monster, right? So for all the people who told me, you know, that I wouldn't, you know, that I was going to hell because I was gay and this is that, like you're welcome. And I'm gonna give you exactly what you asked for, right? You created this demon.
And that's more or less like when Tupac put the thug life on his stomach, it's the hate you gave little infants, fuck everybody. It's like this is the demon child you created. I'm gonna react as that demon child that you created. I'm gonna embody that, right? And so, but I don't think that's peace. You know what I'm saying? I think that's reactionary. That's not living life, right? I think that's a form of therapy. That's a form of, like, if I reacted towards every stereotype that, let's say, non-people of color who are my children's parents have had of me, you know what I mean? Then I'm stepping down to their level, right? I'm not going high. And so I think that's the part that I'm looking for next. Where is the elevation, right?
So in my little break off camera, I just realized I'm gonna do it. It's a spoiler, so if y'all don't want to, then close your ears. But like, I just realized something. I was thinking about the video, and like, what's dope is in the very beginning. I'm gonna put that image up real quick. And so this is like one of the very beginnings. So like this thing right here on the tree is like the serpent. He's like sitting under the tree of life. I assume that's what that is, or the tree of knowledge. And so the serpent comes down and seduces him, right? But what's dope is, so the serpent comes and seduces him in the beginning, and then at the end he brings that bitch full circle and seduces, because the serpent represents the devil, right? And in the end he brings it full circle and seduces the devil, only to take his crown and to make himself the person the devil. So like, but like in the sense that like, oh, you can't seduce me. Like I was playing a long run. This is a long game, and I got you instead. So like that's what was dope.
So tell me this, right? Tell me this, because I saw it differently than that, right? I saw it that way, but then I also saw this other layer of, I saw this as him. You know, a lot of people, and I'm not gay. I've never been gay. I can't really speak for gay people, but I do know lots of gays have grown up in the church and have had to like not really be their true selves, right? And so I saw this as like him, like giving this. Clearly, he has some knowledge of Christianity, to even have this. Visuals, first of all, are incredible. I went down a rabbit hole of all his stuff. And all his stuff is incredible. But I saw that because he goes at the end, he seduces the devil, kills him, and then takes his horns, and it's like, boom, he grew his little wings, right? And so I saw that as representative of like killing those things that we thought were evil, right? You know, for so long it's believed, you know, and if you, however you choose to reconcile this with yourself, if you're gay, you go to hell, right? And now I think because people are, call it an awakening, call it just more open with their views, like that's not the hard line a lot of people take now. And so I see this as, you created this, but also we're going to kill a lot of these notions that you thought were there. And we're going to kill a lot of the things that you thought you used to, back in the 80s, if you were gay, you know, you don't want to share the same spoon or cup because the HIV was so rampant, and people just believe you could pass HIV just from knowing a gay person, which is so right. So like I saw it as him like really killing and breaking a lot of these chains that hold us. And it's like, if you think I'm evil.
I got one thing real quick, and I promise I'll leave this alone. But here's the one thing I got. Another thing I got from the entire video, besides the devil, I'm gonna go back and look at it. But every character in there was actually him. He played the snake. He played
videos though.
Say it again.
He does that in a lot of his videos.
So he was playing himself, which is another like theory or thought process. Is like it's really just you against you. You know? It's your
that's dope. Like now I got like this really, now I gotta really go back and watch. But like I just thought about something after you said that, Amir, which was, or Bel-Ami, which was this the thing is, I was like, I'm gonna be gay, right? I am gay, that's who I am, and y'all gonna persecute me. That's what this part is, because you remember they were marching him in, and like almost in the sense like how they marched Jesus in and persecuted him.
Right.
Yes. And then they killed him. That's what sent him to hell. And so it's like, so now I'm just thinking that like, so now I'm thinking like, okay, because y'all say that being gay is bad, y'all gonna persecute me and kill me, and because like technically on a spiritual level it's bad, you're sending me to hell. Remember how he went to hell? He went to hell on a pole, and he was like happy to almost like sliding down that bitch, like only to kill the devil and to like basically get rid of all evil, which means that like you're gonna persecute me, but in the end, I'm still going to do y'all the favor of getting rid of the thing that's the most evil thing of all. God, this
okay
is a genius.
Yeah.
Oh shoot!
Wow.
On Lil Nas X. Before we start calling him a thing, just to say whoever wrote this treatment is a genius.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
But he still had to deliver. I think he did a hell of a job. And actually, I've never honestly listened to any songs outside of Old Town Road. Old Town Road that I fucked with it really tough. And so I went, and today was literally the first day I listened to anything else. And it made me think about if you'd have went back at least even 10 years ago and just asked, first of all, he has a record with Nas, with the real Nas. I call the real Nas, God's son. So I just find it interesting. There were conversations. Remember back in the day, there were conversations of, would you ever do a song with a gay rapper? And the whole idea is, rapping. No, this dude is really talking about gay relationship, gay sexual stuff in these records, and like that's just cool now, which I think is really interesting to see how we progressed with how open we are to like just listening to other people's experience. You know what I'm saying? I think it's a really cool thing that he can be a pop artist, you know what I'm saying, and be accepted in. I mean, I don't know how much we regard. Nobody's saying, Jay-Z, Biggie, Tupac, Lil Nas, and nobody's saying that.
Right.
It's very well respected. And well received publicly. I think it's dope.
I mean, there's because you also have Frank Ocean, right? He sort of like broke the seal. But then what's my other guy who is a dope rapper and just likes to dress up in dresses?
Young Thug.
Yeah, Young Thug. And then he had a name like Young Thug, and it's like, and he's like, you ain't gonna test my gangster because I am gangster. Just because I wear a dress. Don't don't think I ain't thug. So so like I think it is pretty dope to see that like there's a new I guess necessarily a new era of like hip hop or more openness in hip hop, because like you said, like for the longest it's like, there is no, actually it was either a huge homophobia or homoerotic stuff that was going on in hip hop. And so now it's just like, nah, like, we're all inclusive and we're going to do this thing. So, maybe it'll show up in the NBA one day or the NFL, we'll see. But right now it's just in hip hop music.
That's what's up.
We'll leave it at that.
Let's get into our other topic and let's hit a pick a side, because I think
I got the dope pick a side. It's right up Lil Nas.
Did we explain pick a side to you?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, cool.
All right. So speaking of brutal honesty, let's talk about this guy right here, Mr. Kevin James.
No, Samuels.
Yeah, I don't know why I want to keep saying Kevin James for something.
If there's a Kevin James who listens to our podcast, bro, we're talking about you.
So I don't know if y'all saw this video, and we're gonna get better, y'all. We're gonna actually start showing some video clips, but one step at a time. But in this video, Mr. Kevin Samuels was being brutally honest with this young woman. She was like, yo, I need a 6-figure nigga. With he had all the sixes, right? What is it? 6 feet, 6 figures, and what's the other one? More than 6 inches.
Inches?
Oh, 6-pack. Okay. Oh, I saw you look up, Seneca. So
yeah, that's hilarious.
She was like, I said 6 inches. She was like, that's not the right size. Oh, what's up, baby? I see you. I'm glad you're listening.
There's been never mind. Go ahead.
But my guy Kevin Samuels was like, she was like, yo, this is what I need, and he was like, you do understand that at most you're a 5, at most, and you looking for a 10, and you need to be start playing in your field. And so a lot of people like gotta take this to be offensive and whatever, but like honestly, I applauded the dude because I think some people need to hear honesty. I mean, like. And I know this is hard. I'm not trying to, be judgmental and everything, but
that's your opinion, bro. That's your opinion.
It is my opinion. And I mean, we did a whole episode on like, hair journey somewhat last week, and her hair journey. All right. And so like, I get that she's a 6-figure woman and like doing her thing, but like, sometimes you just need to play in your field and be okay with that.
I think we need to ask Seneca about this because we're equipped to really discuss how he comes across. I just want to know your thoughts on that whole interaction.
It was one of those things like I didn't like the way he was talking to her. He's somebody I wouldn't follow, like I wouldn't be taking advice from the dude, but it seems like a lot of women call in, ask questions and things like that. But I get I get the whole being honest and knowing where you stand. But I also feel like there's nothing wrong with being honest and verbal about what it is that you want, right? In a relationship or whatever the case may be, because I noticed that in the African American community with women, it's almost like, oh, just take what you can get, right? Ain't a lot of men out here. So if you find one and he got, one leg in a kickstand and he got 4 teeth in his mouth, you know what I mean? And he bathed every other day, then give him a chance, so, but men aren't taught that, right? Men, fathers aren't like, oh, well, she fat as hell and she out of shape and, but you know what, give her a chance. I think we get different messages.
I don't know.
Totally we do.
I mean,
okay. Before we move further, Drake says, in my honest opinion, she wasn't a 6-figure lady. Okay.
Okay.
BJ, come on.
Dang. That dude.
Right.
Yo, so this is my thing though. I think men, like, I think that's a little different. Like, I know she was about to say like men are taught differently, but like, I think growing up, men are just like, get what you can in the sense. Like, men ain't picky. Like, I don't know. I don't think men get real picky. Like, I think they want to be picky, but then at the same time, it's like, what we chasing. So it's like, all right, it's 3:00 in the morning at the club. I'm gonna go with the wolf pack. So it's like, you ain't being choosy at that moment. What y'all think,
man?
Well, Erica thinks BJ and Kadre are whack.
I support Erica.
She thinks men are.
And I agree that men are actually picky, and not every man is choosing a mate at 3:00 in the morning at the club. I think there are other opportunities where we do.
We're definitely choosing a mate, but we are choosing to mate.
All right, so I'm gonna just speak up then.
Go ahead.
Yeah, like I'm not a fan of dude. You know what I mean? I think dude is a fraud. I'm not trying to cast any stones, but all the aspersions that he's casting at women. Fam is like, you don't have to wear the suit. You don't have to be disrespectful. you don't have to do that in order to give off the impression that you know what 6 for the figure guys want. Like you kind of come off as, oh yay, Queen is here. I'm biting my tongue. I want to hear the Queen speak.
Yo, does he remind you of somebody? Because you say, you ain't got to wear a suit. You ain't got to hear fried. I feel like you were speaking personally. I'll let you think.
Mean?
I'll let you think about what I just said.
Seneca, you're muted. You gotta turn your
Oh, there we go. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. It just came to you, didn't it? It just came to you. It just came to you.
Erica agrees that he's wrong.
Yeah, facts, man. But again, like I said, I'm gonna bite my tongue. I want to hear the Queen. She was speaking about something, and we unceremoniously lost her. So
yeah. I guess it's all like, it's one thing like if you're not bringing anything to the table, then you can't make all these demands, right? If you are, if you don't bring what you're asking for, then that can be kind of, it's like, okay, well, you don't even have this, So it just depends. I guess everybody thinks about it really differently. Like I said, I don't follow the dude. I saw that one little clip one day. I was with some girlfriends and she played it for me, and I was just like, wow, like I would have never stayed on the call, like
right.
I would have never stayed on the call, like period. To have someone belittle me and talk down to me, like so yeah.
I think it's interesting too, because I think there's a certain part of I think in a way we need honesty, right? We have to agree on some things and that are truth. But when it comes to a lot of what he was saying was opinion, and he's presenting this as if it's like
fact.
Fact. This is like he's taking a census of every man on earth, and they're like, nah. Well, maybe her man is not based on our standards culturally,
right?
And maybe her man is somewhere else, and they have a different standard of what they want, what they need out of a spouse or out of someone. I think that's part of what limits us as well, is that we don't look outside of this geography here.
Yeah.
There's probably somebody, I'm sure if she started an OnlyFans, she'd have people who pay money. So like, it can't be that bad.
Because dudes ain't picky. Yeah. I'm trying to tell you. OnlyFans.
Bro, I think honestly, everybody's situation is extremely subjective, right? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Depend on where you are, and you can fall into a particular category. Where she messed up at, it was just something that I love the way Cynthia said it. I wouldn't have been on that phone that long. And this is where he gets his ratings from. This is where, everybody starts following him, because he's playing on the fact that, oh, you still here? Okay, so here's what I'm gonna do now that you're still here.
I'm gonna lay in your ass.
I'm gonna let you have it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But like, what's the sensationalism? Like,
right.
Why do we enjoy seeing our own people tear down?
That's not it. We love to watch car crashes. That's what we do. We love to slow down and watch a wreck, because we want to see what we think that we would know that we don't actually get the opportunity to see. I know it's just a sick-minded thing that's who we are. Like, people rubberneck all the time because they want to see.
They want to see
like
the killing, the drama. That's why when we talk about like really reprogramming people's brains, man, and like getting the mindset into a different place. You know what I'm saying? Because like it makes absolutely no sense. Well, actually, I take that back. It does make sense. Okay, it makes sense now. Like, if you're miserable, you need to see another miserable situation.
That's right. Okay, it makes you feel better. It gives you a little boost, because like, oh, my life ain't that bad. You wrecked your damn car,
right?
And I'm still driving,
and it's messed up. And then and then we walk around like, oh, we just so perfect, and every life is good. It's like, no, something is wrong in your head, because you're looking at that situation and you want to sit there and continue to pour gasoline on the fire. That's how I look at it. It's like, why do you need to drive slow and say, oh, what happened? I want to see if they're okay. You're not even getting out of the car. Here's the thing why I have a problem with him. I have two sides with this guy. Okay, one, I like what he's doing because he's being brutally honest. I don't like what he's doing because there's no intentional follow-up. Like, he's not saying, hey, you need to do this in order to help yourself get out of this situation, in order for you to get what you need and want. He's just like, okay, I'm here, rating about to go up because I'm about to blast your ass. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I don't like it. You know what I mean? But again, it's the woman that stays on the phone because she's insecure, because she has all these other issues. She stays there and takes the beating. Just like in psychology, they talk about it. Typically, it takes 3 to 5 times for a person to physically or verbally abused before they actually leave. So if you're used to getting abused and beat, you sit there and take it, and then eventually you're like, okay, 5th time, it's time for me to go.
Yeah, but also I think those, like, you know, we also live in this era where it's like, oh, I know this is some hot shit, so I'm going to stay on here because y'all seeing me, and you know, all PR is good PR in a sense, right? So it's like, I think it's like we live in this era where it's like, whether it's, you know, bad or it's good, like I'm on this deal, I know it's gonna, you know, she knew that shit was gonna go viral, she knew it, and so she's like, I'm gonna stay on this thing, and regardless, I'm gonna get something out of it.
Yeah. Go ahead.
No, that's it.
So no, wholeheartedly disagree. Again, you know, so many powerful men that he claims to represent, they're not on YouTube or whatever he's on talking to women about relationships. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're building, right? And I'm not saying every powerful man that he's talking about, you know, is out there doing great things, but to say like he's representing what these men want, as if they all somehow, people who've made a certain amount of money have elected him to be their spokesperson. You know what I'm saying? Like, so what has he accomplished in life? What were his failures and how did he overcome them? You know what I mean? That narrative is not being shared, but he's willing to, you know, critique a woman's narrative. You know what I'm saying? I just feel like it's tacky, it's whack. But it goes with this, you know, 48 laws of power of, you know, getting attention, which you're going to get attention as a black man in a 3-piece suit denigrating a black woman. People are going to watch that, right? And so and let's not get it twisted and thinking it's only people that look like us that are watching that, right? So
definitely not.
I just feel like, you know, we're buying into, you know, this hate and condition that we have to hate on ourselves and provide divisions within the gender. Like, I think we're buying into that by supporting the type of whackness, man. Like, if he's going across the country giving like talks to black women and they're having these one-on-one closed sessions where he does shit like that, okay, fine. But to do that publicly on YouTube and like, yo, bruh, you didn't have to do that. You could have, you could have taken a different route. So
But
I think I'll say Shree definitely agrees with you. She said him was dismissive and got angry and pixie when she pushed back politely. Her standards were superficial. His info, if given politely, was accurate, just not gentle. You know, I think it's definitely always a way to you know, approach something. I mean, I think we're all, I mean, in some shape, form, or fashion, like whether you've been a teacher or a coach, we've all learned that, like, if you want the result, you got to present it in a way that is going to be received. And so, you know, if you don't present in a way that's going to be received, then she's actually just going to walk away thinking like, oh, you know, you don't know what the hell you're talking about, and I'm just going to keep doing what I'm doing. So
there was another video where a lady came on, I think after that, and she put him on blast because she was like, you 54, yeah, you make money, but you're also single. You know what I mean? So why are you giving people these advice? And you make money.
I'm telling you, those who can't teach.
That's the whole
point. With that, listen, this has been some really hot topics. I know that we take a short break from that and move into the look. This is the part of the show that I personally love the most. And I think this is where we learn the most about each other. And Seneca, this is your first time participating in this portion of the show, but I'm sure to have some really good ones. And let's get it started. This part of the show is called Pick a Side, right? And pick a side. Listen, at the Free Agents Podcast, it's all about like freedom of thought, right? but pick a side helps us. And it's an exercise in us having those thoughts that we have, having the positions that we have, the stances that we have, and being free and not having to explain them to anyone else.
Mm.
And, so the way this works, we'll each present a topic where there will be two sides. You pick one, and you don't explain why you pick it. You just keep it moving. Now, anybody in the chat who would like to hear or hear us expound upon why we chose a certain position, feel free to ask us to clarify. As it works, the way it works is we cannot, and I'm glad we have it back to us this week, so we don't have trying to convince us to change the rules. But we can't ask each other to clarify. Only you can, the people who are in our chat. So if you would like to hear more, just say, hey, I need y'all to explain that one. All right.
Are we doing 2 rounds? I want to know before I
do 2 rounds.
All right. I'm gonna start you out light. I'm gonna go light. All right, pick a side. Triangle or square?
Me?
No. This is the order. It goes DJ Elbow Breezy, Ricky Getwood, Bel-Ami, then yourself.
Let's we can't have Seneca go last.
We can't have her go last. Yeah, let's put her.
I thought we saved the best for last, but it's cool.
We're gonna make her go first.
You go first.
I mean, you let me know what you want to do.
Don't make her go first.
All right, we'll make her go after DJ.
I'm fine with going last. I'm cool with that.
Okay, so you'll get the last word as well.
Okay.
There we go. All right, let's put it back.
I got it.
Okay.
We're going crazy over here.
Seems like you got
videos. All right, here we go. DJ Elbow Greasy.
Triangle.
Triangle. All right.
Triangle.
Square.
Triangle. What does that say about? Okay, let's keep that moving. DJ Elbow Greasy.
DJ says triangle as well.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
All right. DJ Elbow.
Get that ass beat or beat that ass?
Beat that ass.
Definitely beat that ass.
Beat that ass.
Beat that ass.
I think Seneca said it perfectly. I don't know how y'all.
Hey, what are you saying? What are you saying?
Shit.
Are you thinking, nigga?
Yeah, you learn a lot. You learn a lot from getting that ass beat. So getting that ass beat.
You also clarified yourself.
You clarified yourself.
Sorry, didn't mean to clarify. My bad.
Beat that ass for sure. And Marie had one. She said triangle, but I'm not sure why.
All right. Mr. Getwood, what you got for us?
All right. In a movie role, you only get 2 possible roles. Either play God or the devil. Which one?
God or the devil? Let's go with God.
The devil.
God.
The devil.
The devil.
Oh, we got the tiebreakers. All right. Me and Bel-Ami are Nas over here. All right.
All right. Would you rather be, and this would be always, right? If this was your always existence, misunderstood or ignored?
Oh.
I want to go with shit. It don't matter. Let's go with misunderstood.
Yeah, misunderstood.
I'm gonna go with ignored.
Misunderstood.
I'm gonna say misunderstood.
Am I by myself?
No. Oh, you said ignored? Yes.
Yeah, I said ignored. Yeah, I'd rather be ignored.
Misunderstood.
All right.
Yeah.
Miss Dunmore.
I feel good about that one. I feel really good about that one.
Oh, it's my turn to ask the question. National or international?
International.
National.
International.
International.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
We already know what she said.
Yeah,
We know what that
Yeah.
means. All right, now let's get it spicy. I've been waiting for this one all week.
Let's get these. I missed a couple.
All right.
Kadre says he's playing God.
That's
BJ
right.
says he's playing God as well. Cherie, God. And Kadre, also, we already said BJ was misunderstood. Kadre, he said he is misunderstood, so he's gonna pick ignore it this time. Also, remember, you guys, if you want to hear more about our positions, you can let us know in the chat. He also says international. BJ's international. And
like this one.
Cherie says, me and Nina Simone don't want to be misunderstood. That's interesting.
All right, so it's a spicy meatball that I'm about to give y'all, and I won't take credit. It was part of another podcast I was listening to. They were discussing this. So, anally penetrated or life in prison.
Oh gosh.
Oh man.
Look at DJ Elbow Greasy's face is hilarious.
I'd rather not spend a life in prison.
I'm gonna say the same thing. I would rather not spend my life in prison.
I'm unafraid to say this. Anally penetrated. Clearly, yeah.
Yeah, anal.
I'm gonna go with anal too.
Yeah.
Shout out to all the bottoms out there.
Oh gosh.
There was a line in Lil Nas X song. I don't know if
I caught it.
He was like, "Let me pop shit." He said low key a bottom, but I top shit.
Ooh, that's a line.
Yeah. Yeah, these are really gay lyrics in here, and it's hip hop. That's what hip hop is. It's everything. Hip hop is bigger than that. Anyway,
Shree was like, those aren't mutually exclusive. No, but in this scenario they were. So yeah.
BJ says I can't go to jail, fam. Here's the thing: if you pick life in prison, you're gonna have a high chance, a probability of the second one happening. So, you know, but he also didn't say, like being fucked. He just said anally penetrate.
Penetrate. That's right. It could be some digits. Here we go. Let's keep moving. DJ Elbow Greasy,
what you got?
All right. So we
have now hit DJ Elbow Greasy's time.
No. Speaking of butts, right? So your butt naked picture went viral, right? What are you blacking out? Your face or your private?
Bro, you did this one already.
No, I didn't.
You literally did this question.
I don't remember this question.
I don't remember it, yeah.
I think you've been dreaming, buddy.
No. You did this question. It wasn't your picture went viral. You said you're naked or something. What are you covering up?
Oh, for real? I did.
In like the first or second episode.
Oh. Yeah, hit up Cherie's comment.
What she said?
Like a prostate exam. All men should get those. Yes.
There you go.
I would rather get a prostate exam than go to jail for life.
Thank you.
Oh, we got a shout out for you from Blow Dry.
Okay, Blow Dry. Who is Blow Dry?
I don't know.
Don't know, but love the song Queen and the video, and I like the song Let Go.
Nice.
Hey, shout out to Michelle Tico for Let Go.
Yeah.
Thank you for tuning in, Blow Dry. What's
all right, so
you gotta change that one.
I'm sorry then. I apologize, dude.
Seneca, what you don't know.
Lever lives in California.
recreationally legal. And he takes full advantage.
Right.
As one should.
On an hourly basis.
Yeah, Saturday's a good day. All right, so then I have this one then. You give away, if you had to give away, right? So you're giving away all your clothes or like all your books. Act like y'all niggas don't read and shit. Y'all like,
man. I'm gonna say books for 100.
I'm gonna go with books too.
Books, that's easy.
You would
Close.
I'm with sending clothes.
All right, please, somebody, please.
Y'all really give away your books?
Please, somebody in the chat right now before we can move on.
Oh my God. Y'all out here giving away books, huh?
Somebody? Nobody? Somebody, come on, please. Nobody.
That's closed as well. I need my books. Listen, bro, I understand. I do.
But y'all giving away books.
Yeah,
nigga, it's winter.
You can't have clothes.
Kanye West said it best. You know, degrees can't keep you warm.
Kadre said give away clothes.
But a book ain't a degree. That's different.
Yeah, just a bunch of paper. Thank you, Cherie. Thank you.
Why? Thank you.
All right, so listen. For me, I say books because nigga, I roll with these ebooks, and I said, nigga,
thank you.
I need to stop.
You've been on fire tonight.
I know. I don't know what's gotten into me. I roll with these ebooks. I ain't trying to carry no books.
That's a book. That's a book.
No.
That's a book.
No. In my head, what you gave me. No.
You said book.
In my head, you said books or clothes, and in my head, I said physical books physical
I
clothes.
never said physical. I
You
said
also
books.
and this being the Free Agents podcast, he was able to think freely.
That's right.
And
I thought freely. And I ain't carrying no books. I got a bad back. I roll with these ebooks. And
a book.
And the other thing is, if I ain't got no books, somebody else does. It's called a library. Keep it moving.
Utilize your resources.
What?
Okay, let's keep it moving. Ricky, where you at?
God, y'all made me lose mine. It was good too. Oh, there's something weird. Okay, so in order for you to get any and everything you want in life, you have to have a complete open orgy. Okay. Yes or no?
I love that. The look up that Bel-Ami just gave. He's like,
you in order.
Wait, to get
clarify
everything I want in life, I gotta have an orgy.
Yes.
Shit.
Yes or no?
I mean, I don't even if I don't want everything in life. I'm gonna go with orgy for 100.
So you will get everything you want in life if you have an orgy.
Mm-hmm.
Nah, I'm okay. No orgy.
I'm with BJ.
He said for 500.
Everything I want? Yeah. Sure.
And what about you, Miss Seneca?
Orgy.
Yep. Run the orgy.
All right, DJ Elbow. Look like you ain't getting what you want, and you ain't getting no orgy.
No, well, guess what? Elbow Greasy has 4 friends on here who he can get stuff from.
And you're right. I wouldn't get what I want. I will earn what I want.
No.
You earn it through the orgy.
That's right.
You're putting physical effort in.
Like,
yo, this is hilarious. Gotta risk it for the brisket.
That's right. Put up. Kadre was like, orgy. 23 positions in a one night stand. Let's get it on.
Come on, y'all. I'm not gonna say nothing because I can't.
I love our
right.
I just love our podcast, man. It's so
funny. Man.
Here, Lieber, clarify why he chose I don't want nothing for 2.
Say again, I didn't hear you. What'd you say?
He asking for somebody to clarify.
Yeah, I'm asking.
This is how we get around. This is how we get around this rule. We just wait. Somebody
I think with all due respect, and not that I've had one, but I feel like an orgy is a cheap thrill, right? Like I feel like, Seneca and Bel-Ami showed us what long-lasting passion can bring. You know what I'm saying? Like that kind of video you don't see often enough, right? And so
we talking about one orgy, not a lifetime.
No, you're right. No, you're right. But like, I'd rather be Bel-Ami in that video, right? Where I'm sharing breath with somebody, I'm dancing in the middle of Times Square, and I feel like this is the most intimate feeling, and then it's a dream. You know what I'm saying? Versus, dude, you're getting all that chocolate in your mouth, and you're just like, wow, overindulging on it.
But can't you do both? You're just putting yourself in one orgy.
No. I feel because with an orgy the idea is that it's almost like you're prostituting yourself for your own self-indulging like habits and then for that moment. And it's like you're just eating, like I said, you're just overindulging on, like if I love burgers, am I gonna eat 3 burgers in one night? No.
Wait, so
like,
you mean to tell me you ain't never overindulging some weed?
So what I'm saying is, I think having lived on this earth long enough, I know the effects of overindulgence. So if I'm offered the opportunity to either overindulge and then get everything I've wanted, and I didn't get a chance to earn it from desire, passion, and grit, like, no, I'm not going to appreciate that. And I'm probably going to lose what it is that I've been gifted for overindulging. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I got you.
That's how I am.
I love our perspectives, man. That's why we so dope.
Yeah.
See how this just came together and we just free flowing. It's like you got one, you got that one, and now guess what? Everybody happy.
I got you. You want to earn.
You want to earn it.
Well, because you're gonna lose it if you got it from the hookup, or you know what I'm saying, for something like you're just loving. I don't know. I just feel like you're not going to appreciate it as much. You know,
I'm going to say this. I got plenty of things from hookups, and I appreciated them, and I took care of them because I'm a responsible person. Mm-hmm. But I get where you coming from, and maybe it's just more of a mentality thing for different people. So I respect it.
Cherie agrees with you.
Yeah, I respect it.
We respect it, man.
I have a good one, y'all.
Go for it.
I had 2 good ones tonight. I feel really good about my.
You said that already.
Side.
All
right. Here we go. Would you have rather be an African, West African, and I mean I say West African because not everybody happened. Would you have rather been a slave during the slave trade or an Indian when they came to America?
So would I rather got beaten or would I rather died from disease? I'm gonna say slave.
Yeah. Oh man. Dang. Native American.
God, that's tough. I'm gonna have to go with. I'm gonna have to go with a slave.
Seneca.
Dang. That's a hard one.
Her name is Seneca,
which is a Native American name.
Mm-hmm.
And also one of my favorite philosophers.
Oh yeah, Seneca, the Stoic philosopher. Dang. Probably my first mind said slave.
I'm gonna say Native American.
What's Seneca say?
She said slave.
Oh, okay.
Cherie says Native. Mainly fought fiercely for their freedom. Or many fought fiercely for their freedom. Yeah. Either way, I die. But I'm gonna say Native American, BJ. If anybody wants to let us know. Last one, Seneca.
Okay. Since I got all men, would you rather have a 2-inch penis or be 4'7"?
Oh, so this is like a Tory Lane situation. Yo, all I'm gonna say is I can pull a hammer with 4'7".
Y'all really thinking? Y'all really thinking over there?
Nah, like I've always viewed myself from the lens of a short man. So, I don't like to carry myself. Oh, I'm explaining myself. So 4'7".
Yeah, thank you.
Can I ask a question? Is it like pre-erection or
no? Full salute. 2 inches.
Basically, you Asian.
Oh no!
Damn!
Oh man!
Wow!
Hold on. Time out.
Disrespectful.
Let's have a moment here. Ideas that you hear here are not representative of everyone on this podcast. They can speak freely. So whoever you heard it from is who you can talk to. Thank you. We needed that one disclaimer.
Message directly.
I'm just saying, like,
really?
No. I saw some Asian before. Well,
bro, how you sound? You know how you sound right now? I saw some blaxploitation flicks before, so I know all of them were platforms with goldfish in them. All of them. I've seen them on TV. They all dunk.
Yeah. They all like watermelon.
I mean, guys, what we do podcast.
We on you. What you pick?
Oh, me?
Yeah. You never said
shoot. I'll be 4'7".
I'll be 4'7" too. I've seen some 4' something people with men or with men with their women. So
yeah. Meg
Wait, when you're 4'7", you're not even 5 feet. Though.
Say again.
When you're 4'7", you're not even 5 feet.
That's good. You're
my bad.
You're smart. You're smart.
4'7".
Yeah, but you know what is 5 feet though?
Dead.
When you're 4'7", look, I'm gonna tell you like this. There was a Aesop fable, right? And it was like, I'm gonna take up a little bit of time telling that story, but that's okay with y'all. Cool.
Well, we have to.
Oh, you're right. What would you like, Seneca? Not what would you be? What would you like?
Mm-hmm.
Would I like a 4'7" man or a man with a small penis?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm taking a 4'7" guy all day long.
And that's why we all chose the answer we chose. Okay.
Exactly.
Yeah.
For the story anymore, guys.
But at least if you had a 2-inch, you would be interesting.
No action. Definitely interesting.
Some people would want to see it. Like, no, it can't be that small. Show me.
Let me see.
Yeah. They exist.
Wow.
Okay. All right.
Is that all the pick aside?
Y'all want to do round 3? Or I'm sorry. Does the audience have anybody that they would like to add?
I'm still confused why y'all give away all your books.
Hey, listen, the internet, you can go get any PDF. And so that's the listen. Let's just explain some things. It's cool. And
that's
then we
right.
can wrap it up, B. We can wrap it up because you can always get books on the internet, but that's the way I looked at it. Not really.
let's just make this Lever's moment. He wants the explanation. This is like Lever's segment, politics as usual. We're just talking about giving away books. So
that's my segment now. I'm giving away books.
No. So for me, it's like, if you ask me to give away my phone, or my computer, or like, Bel-Ami said, the internet, then it's different, But I can't be walking around naked and just reading. It's like I'm just, what do I look like just reading and walking around naked?
I agree. What do you think, Devil Greasy? I'm just curious to hear.
Your
dude, man. I'm just curious to hear your thoughts
about books or clothes.
Yeah.
I mean, I think when I went to Catholic school, we had to wear the same thing every day, and so for me, I think I relished in the variety of books that we had in our home. I think the challenging part, for me, is I miss the books my mom bought. Like long story short, we lost our home at some point, and we weren't living there. But that's not true. But we basically lost everything that's in our home, right? So all the books my mom bought, and so I have a pretty thick library, but I still miss books particularly Black books that aren't published, like from independent publishers. And so I think clothes define a person and they're beautiful, etc. But your books go so much further and so deep that you can use them for a multitude of things in your life. That clothes, I think, are somewhat temporal. So yeah.
So Cherie said, looks like freedom to read naked. Can you just buy more clothes? But I think the point is you're giving up buying clothes because the choice is either books or clothes.
You're giving away, you'll keep one outfit for the most part, but
that's not what you said. You said books or clothes.
I'm not saying be naked, but
that's what you said. If you said one outfit or books, that would have been a different answer.
I apologize. I wasn't clear.
Really quick, we're at the 2-hour mark. Do we want to get into politics as usual, and then wrap it up, B?
Any good politics to?
You
heard from your president, so you want to talk about him?
Who? My president?
Yeah, your president did a press conference for the first time in his presidency.
No, that's not what we're talking about.
Okay, my bad.
I don't even like the way you're going at this, man. Disrespecting. Yeah. Anyway, so I want to just talk about one thing particularly, right?
All right.
I think there has been this narrative that Black folks don't need to vote, and that voting doesn't matter. And I'm addressing specifically the Black Americans or Black people who say these type of things, right? Because what's starting to happen is that what just happened in Georgia, where all of the voting rights of Black people and all things that we rightfully earned this past year, whether it's getting John Ossoff, the brother, oh my God, why am I forgetting the brother's name? The other brother, who's the head of, God, I am forgetting his name. I can't believe it. Ralph Warnock. Thank you. I think the sad thing is that, white folks really know what we value, and it's not our clothes, it's not our money, it's the ability to gain power in this country. And that was stripped in Georgia, and it wasn't just stripped in Georgia, but it's going to start being stripped in Arizona, and other states across our country. And so, I take issue at not Lil Nas X, not these relationship so-called gurus. I take issue at the white folks who are working really hard to take away all the advances that we've earned as a result of the civil rights movement. And so I think, as Bel-Ami once said, politics as usual, same old. This is the same old taxes that tactics that they use prior to the civil rights movement, to prevent us from being free. And I think we as a people need to speak up and stand out and hold these corporations accountable and these politicians accountable for preventing us from having voting rights.
So my question to you is, like, how in the hell do we keep getting here? Like, you would think that, like, in 2021,
it's because we never left there.
Yeah.
So we're not getting back to this. This is always here. It's always here. That's it.
Yeah.
They didn't do something new to be able to, get these laws passed. No, there's nothing new done.
Yeah.
Okay.
the most interesting picture I saw was when he was signing the bill into law, and it was just like him and then like 5 other white men standing around him, like, yeah, we got y'all this time.
With a painting in the background of a plantation.
Oh, I didn't know that.
With a black woman who was knocking on the door, who's also a state representative, who was knocking on the door, and then one of the guards was like, "I'm gonna tell you again, don't do this," and then arrested her, and she got charged with 2 felonies.
Wow,
she got charged with 2 felonies.
2 felonies. Come on. And look at what they did at January 6th for storming the Capitol, and they're still trying to find these folks.
Yeah,
and that was on a federal building.
Right.
Oh, state building. But you get charged with 2 felonies.
Yeah, but the thing is, a building that she's supposed to be in too.
January 6th was done to federal.
Yeah,
correct.
Got nothing. She does this to a state building, gets more
that she's supposed to be at
for knocking on the door. For knocking on the door.
Come on, man.
And that's what I'm saying. Like, go ahead.
The thing that bugs me about it is, there's always, and I can speak for myself. Growing up, whenever we talked about slavery in class, there was always that wouldn't have been me. And I wouldn't have let that shit happen. Like, you're going to have to kill me. Well, we're faced with the same things, far less consequences. But really, what are we doing? You know what I'm saying? Like, what are we really doing? Even us here, we're having a discussion about it, but are we really going to do anything about it? And our discussion is a start, but it's also, I think this is how things become a lot bigger. And you look at it later on, like, damn, how did we get here? How did Trump become president? Well, it's a whole bunch of little shit they got through.
Yeah.
And I think this is one of those. I think we're at a really good place. I think Trump was good for us in that. Yeah.
Listen, Lever, just listen.
Give me that eye all you want. Trump was good in exposing how this can be manipulated, right? And how easily people can be convinced to allow that manipulation to occur. And I think now we have a lens that is really shining on this thing. Like, I can't really say 10 years ago we would have had something like people would have been or would have cared that something like this happened. But definitely now, because we've all had to take an active role in politics because shit got so bad. And I'm not saying it's good that it got bad, but if it was to enlighten us, oftentimes periods of enlightenment come after some really dark times. And I think that's what it was. I wish it didn't have to be that way, but I feel like Trump was the Kevin Samuels. It was like, yo, y'all are stupid, and I'm going to do this, and you can't stop me.
So I think this is what needs to happen then. So if we're going to try to take a stand on these things, it's like, if you're in Georgia, if you're in Arizona, and I guess according to Kadre, if you're in Texas, it's like these things actually need to be heard from the people, right? So instead of you have your representatives voting these things into office, let's put them into what are the votes called when the people actually get to vote on it?
Like a bill voting on it?
No, well, the bill is really more from representatives. So like in New Jersey, like the people got to vote that like to make weed legal. Okay. So I forget what it's called. like California, they do this all the time too.
Proposition or something?
Yeah, propositions. Right.
Okay.
So instead of it being like, by the representative, like let's put it to put it to the people. Make these things, and I think that's the thing. Like we need to, like we're now at a place in the world where technology has allowed us to like be more democratic and less representative. And so like we need to start doing more propositions. We need to like let the people vote on these things instead of like, allowing these like representatives who really at the end of the day only have two people that they're looking out for. That's themselves and there's those self-interest called corporations. And so it's like we need like as a people, we need to be able to start saying like, no, we have a voice and we don't need a representative to represent us. We'll represent ourselves.
I think that's cool, but I also think we also need to just participate more to ensure that the people who do get elected understand the weight of their actions and are willing to actually put the people first.
I mean, but wouldn't you say in Georgia they did that, right? Right? They did that. They spoke up this year. They put two Democratic senators in office, and maybe it was an off election year for state, because I don't know the voting cycle in Georgia, so maybe it was an off year for like their state stuff. So perhaps like I guess in their next cycle they just need to get these people out the way. But then again, you also have because like the other big thing that's happening right now is all the redistricting and people forcing the Census Bureau to like put out their results early, even though they need to still have more time to be able to review the data, because like people want to redistrict, and they only want to redistrict because they want to be able to lock in certain votes. So it's like I don't like this country for some reason wants to just maintain status quo and not really progress.
Now, I think the thing that needs to happen though is just how these people have the power by virtue of their position. We just need people in there who, by virtue of their position, will have the power to not let this shit happen, or to make some other shit happen that's more just conscientious of all people and considerate of all people. But with that said,
I heard from Seneca. I know wrap up, but y'all two go back and forth, didn't let the queen speak.
My bad.
Well, I think about it like it is clearly a power struggle, right? People in power want to remain in power, and and I believe like what Bel-Ami said, like nothing has changed, right? It's been that way. When the 13th Amendment to the U.S. Constitution made, slavery and indentured servitude unconstitutional except for
prison,
a crime, right? So you do a crime, you're now property of the state again, right? And so then they started putting in, redlining and Jim Crow laws and things, right? So it's not that slavery went away, it just transformed into something different. Right. So, instead of, pulling them off ships and things like that, we're now feeding them through this school to prison pipeline and things like that. So we're still same problem is they've just dressed it up differently. Right. And so same with this whole voting and things like that. Like, they're going to do everything when you don't know any other way, when you're used to being in power, you're used to being in the center, you're used to being at the top, and it was already written into the, the Constitution and all that these individuals who want these rights and stuff are not equal to you, that they are, they're subhuman.
3/5.
Like they gonna do whatever they can to keep on, So it ain't nothing new.
Yeah.
Right.
Listen, and you said something really interesting that hopefully if DJ Star is up to it, we can maybe discuss on next week's episode or a future episode specifically about prisons and I'm sure he knows what I'm talking about.
Yeah. I got you. Yeah.
We could go in deep on that one. I think it's.
I was like, oh, what are you talking about?
Yeah,
You got
yeah,
excited after a while.
I got you.
Prison.
I have a really good idea that I think we all should do.
Yeah. Well, I before we wrap this up, and I just want to also acknowledge Kadre's been back here since we first started, and I know Kadre has something he probably wants to ask Seneca. So before we get out of here, if Kadre, if you could make it succinct, you know what I'm saying? Just, you make it quick, just get in, get out, like you 2-inch style, get in, get out.
Well, you barely getting in, man.
Oh, you barely getting in with 2 inches.
2-inch style, get in, get out. You got the headphones, brother, and give me a thumbs up when you're ready.
You ain't doing nothing.
In the meantime, can we acknowledge some?
Yeah, I want to acknowledge them, but I also want to remind people for the second time.
That's right.
Plenty more times. Make sure you follow, like, subscribe, share on whatever platform you're watching this on. Free Agents Podcast each and every Saturday night, 10 p.m. Eastern. Make sure you tune in. I think my brother Kadre is ready, but we do have some comments here from our last few conversations. And Dre says, it seemed like Abbott and Betancourt trying that here in Texas. Listen, Texas got problems.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got problems.
Yeah.
I'm going to still come there next month and chill. I'll be there next month, too. We got to link up, Seneca.
Cool. Absolutely.
I know you be world traveling.
I know, yeah.
And BJ says, we don't have a black leader, a raw black leader to keep us controlled. They sell us the dream. Like the Democratic Party believe in a savior and the problems continue. I agree.
Yeah, I agree.
And no party is really for us, in my opinion, because we're brought here to believe in a system that will never be for us. That's the thing. Never.
That's the thing.
Yeah. It was never designed, because people are always like, oh, the system is broken. No, the system works perfectly well.
Yes.
Perfect.
It works perfectly well because it was designed this way.
Right.
Yeah. Cherie says the politicians are entrenched like ticks. Politics have become so polarized that people don't vote on the issues, but by party line, which is great. I'm just learning that they are clearly not thinking freely like we are. Kadre, I know you got something to say. We're gonna ask that you make it quick because I think we all getting tired.
Yeah.
But, Kadre, what's up, brother?
What's happening? I'm experiencing technical difficulties with my headphones, so I just got my actual speakers on low. So, but Texas, we got some issues with what that whole thing with Abbott and Betancourt. We're gonna pray on that, and we're definitely gonna pray. We're definitely gonna pray for Georgia too. Lord have mercy. But yeah. So Miss Seneca.
Yes.
Yes, ma'am. So, like, are there any other acting endeavors that you're pursuing, or what?
Acting endeavors?
Yes.
Oh wow. It was funny because I remember doing a speaking engagement in New York, and this lady approached me about that. She was like, "You need to get an acting coach." So I don't know. Maybe there's something to that because I keep being, people keep bringing that to my attention. So maybe that means something.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, because I love the video.
Thank you.
Yes, ma'am. You're welcome. Definitely. So with that whole thing about what's his name? Not of course Derek, but that other guy that talked bad to that lady.
Right? Yeah.
Kevin Samuel.
Yeah. See, that goes to show how many times I've actually watched him. I only seen that video only one time.
Yeah, me too.
But so I mean, I do remember that lady talking about like what she was, what she was expecting and all that, and I'm like, can you bring that to the relationship too?
Well, he talks to guys too, and I remember one in particular. He was talking to a guy, and he was like, "Well, shit." And he wanted all these things about a woman. He was like, "Well, are you handsome?" He was like, "Yeah." "Do you have a big dick?" He was like, "I don't know." He said, "Well, you would know if you had a big dick."
Facts.
He said,
"Yeah,
you're right." Like he just to keep it fair, he does talk to men that way too.
Okay, all right, yeah. My whole thing is this is like it might be okay to be brutally honest, but at least keep that off the internet. At least make that your last resort, at least your last level of honesty. So yeah.
Cool.
So yeah, leave that for the kitchen table. And and watch Zack Snyder's Justice League.
Cool.
I don't know what that's about, but I'll check it out. Trey, thank you as always, brother. We appreciate you.
Yes, sir. Appreciate all y'all. Love y'all.
Yes, thank you, Kadre.
And last thing, Cherie asks, how did Bel-Ami and Seneca meet? How did you select Seneca?
Oh, that's easy. So I remember it was I think it's Shauna who used to do my hair. And Bel-Ami was singing, and he was singing My Desire. And I literally, I was in love. I was like, oh my God. I found that I remember approaching Bel-Ami like, is that where can I find that music? Is it out? And I played that over and over and over and over. And so I just started following Bel-Ami. I would follow, and see where he was performing next in Houston. And I think I approached him one time, at a club, oh my God, I just love what you're doing. I love your music and all of that. And that's when he was getting ready to move to New York. And he was like, hey.
That was what's the place? Dominic.
What was it called?
Dominique was the owner.
Yeah.
Wait a minute, I can't remember.
I know. I can't remember the name of the place, but I remember you were getting ready to move.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Bel-Ami was like, so I got this single, called Queen. I think you'd be perfect to be the leading lady in it. And, so I might give you a call one day and ask you to come up to New York. If you're down, let me know. And literally he gave me the phone call and I was like, how soon do I need to book my flight? And I think I booked it the next week.
Yeah.
Yeah, literally. Yeah. So that's how it happened.
I chose her. I mean, wouldn't you choose her if you saw her? I mean, geez.
Thank you.
It just worked.
Thank you. Worked. Yeah. Yeah. So that's how it happened.
Did you know anything about her other than that she really liked your music?
Not much. I mean, we have mutual people. It's Houston, not that big,
Right.
And it was Shauna who did her hair. I was actually sponsored by her salon. So anytime I had something, I would go to Shauna and she would do my hair. And so it's just like, okay, so she cool. She can't be crazy. You know what I'm saying? Told me if she was crazy.
Yeah.
That just our interaction was just really positive and vibey. And so I was like, nah, you got to be in this video. When I envisioned this, it was Seneca. So
nice.
It is.
So real quick before we close out with Ricky, are you performing when you come up here next month?
Nah, not in April.
Okay, all right.
Nothing scheduled, but who knows?
Yeah. So we do, and I will say this: we have something special planned in June.
Yes, we do. Very
so. Y'all get ready for that.
Are we, and is Seneca, did you want to share any of your dates or something you know about when's your next talk or how we can follow you and
follow you?
And because we all gonna contact you about the things you said. So just relax.
I already followed you.
Yeah. So I'm really easy to find on social media. I go by Seneca Dunmore on everything. So and let's see. So my coaching program, I have another cohort that's going to be starting in April. Again, teaching individuals how to maximize and monetize their speaking business. So for anybody who's interested, if you're a new or aspiring speaker, looking to transition out of corporate America, you're tired of trading money for dollars, you try to, time for dollars and all that stuff, this is the program you need to get into. So I love working with individuals who want to pursue that entrepreneurial role because that's what I love. That's my passion. So,
nice.
So yeah.
Well, thank you so much for joining us this evening. And with the last word, as always, is our man Ricky.
Before Ricky goes, hold on. Are y'all all going to plug what y'all doing before we head out?
Huh?
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
You
want to start? Go ahead and start.
Who, me start?
Yes, sir.
All right. I want to try this if I can see.
What is it?
All right, while he does that, I'm gonna take a
No,
I just
why are you taking a break while I'm trying something?
Yo, dude, I've been trying to hold it until the end, but I feel like we're gonna go closer to 3
No,
than we are
no,
at
we're
2.5.
No, we're not. No, we're not. I'm just gonna share 2 things.
All right, then I'll be right back. I'll be right back. I promise you.
Can y'all see my? Hopefully, you can see my screen, right?
Not yet. You got to click on the deal.
I got to click on what deal? Oh, the screen that I'm trying to show.
Yeah, and in the bottom in the feed.
Can you see it? Shh. Can you see it? Oh no.
Share screen.
I clicked on share screen.
And then share screen again, and then it'll tell you like it'll say application window or Chrome tab or whatever.
Right. So I'm sharing. I'm trying to share it. Oh no, it's not working. All right. Because it's showing another thing. Can you see that? I'm trying to pull it up.
We can't see anything, sir. Oh. I'm sorry. Boom.
See, yo, you so disrespectful, man.
There we go. Cool.
So can that play? Can we make it bigger? Can that play?
Did you also select share?
I would have to do that. Okay.
Yeah, you have to do that.
So I would unmute it and press play.
We can't hear it, sir.
You can't hear it?
You didn't choose to share your screen's audio when you selected share screen. There's a little button at the bottom left.
All right. Well, essentially, I'm trying to promote tomorrow Sing Harlem Live. You can get tickets. It's at 4:00 Eastern Standard Time. If I'll try and share my screen one more time, you don't have to see anything here, but essentially, it would be a Chrome tab. Hold on. Sorry.
Did you click to share audio?
No, I'm not sharing an audio.
No, when you select Chrome tab, you should see something that says share computer audio as well.
Are we still here? Okay. We're still here. All right.
Okay, here we go.
So yeah, Sing Harlem Live. It's a great inspirational, motivational, spiritual experience. Good friend of mine, Noelle Higginson, is promoting it, and she's performing in it. And so if you get a chance, go check it out. One of my former students performs. So that'll be tomorrow, 1:00 Pacific Standard Time, 4:00 Eastern Standard Time. Be sure to drop the link in our Free Agents podcast.
Is this a virtual event?
It's a live event. Yeah, it's a live event. So you'll be able to see it virtually. Yes.
Okay.
Nice.
Yeah. So that's it. Sorry for all the technical difficulties. I apologize.
You don't need to apologize, brother.
You good, man.
All right, Ricky, you want to get going on?
A lot going on, man. Before I even Seneca, make sure you don't go anywhere, because I feel like I have to make sure that we end this on a good note, because you've motivated me, you've motivated everybody. You had some dope ass stuff to say.
Thank you.
I just want to say, on behalf of all of us, we're so happy that you were here.
Thank you.
So my name is Ricky Getwood. Obviously, I'm a purpose and fitness coach. My goal is to help you figure out your purpose in life while getting fit at the same time. And I'm not going to end it tonight. What I'm going to do is this. I'm going to tag team. So my goal is to help people reprogram their happiness. I say it over and over and over. So Seneca, I want you to close us out and tell people how they can reprogram their happiness.
All right.
Reprogram their happiness?
Mm-hmm.
You make a decision. Like, it starts and ends with you, right? It's one of those things, like, you have to choose you. You have to just make a decision and move forward. Like, I know people think it's like some magical formula and things like that, but like every morning I get up and I recite affirmations to myself, right? So I speak how my day is going to be, right? I speak it out loud. And of course I am of the Christian faith. So I speak who I am and what I want and how I want my day to be. So I think people have to get in the habit of saying it out loud. I would challenge people in this season to just start speaking what it is that you want and saying it out loud every day, especially first thing in the morning. Yeah.
Yes.
Nice.
See, that's why I wanted her to speak, y'all. That reason right there. Reprogramming happiness. Figure out what you want for yourself and be comfortable enough to just say it, live it, be it, do it. So many times we have all this stuff just stuck in our brain, and it manifests inside our brain, which ends up manifesting in our body, where inflammation and all the other stuff come from. Get it out of your system. Speak life into yourself over and over and over until it manifests.
That's right. That's it.
Nice. Thank y'all. Bel-Ami, is there anything that you want to plug before we close out?
I got some music out, man.
That's right.
I got some music out, some new music that came out with a good homie of mine, Dotan. I had him on my 6 Degrees podcast. This music is under the name Aves, Aves, like avenues almost, Aves.
Okay.
Featuring Bel-Ami, Bel-Ami. If you just search me on Spotify, it should pull up. Or if you just search all my singles on Spotify. Some new music. It's really dope. And I'm proud of it, actually. I just, I forgot it was coming out today because it's not music that I released myself.
Okay.
It was done through another, we were contracted out to make this music for another platform. So, yeah, it's out. That's that. Other than that, just follow me, 6 Degrees Podcast, each and every Wednesday, 9 p.m. Eastern. And yeah, that's it.
Yeah, season 2 is out now.
I would also like to encourage everyone to, wherever you are watching this, make sure you hit that like button, make sure you follow, make sure you also subscribe. And since Seneca closed it out so well for us, there's no need to really say more right now. We're just gonna take you out, with some tunes. What I'm saying? Some tunes. Oh, this one is coming out soon too with the Herbivores, so that's another thing though. But yeah, thank y'all for joining us on the Free Agents podcast. You can catch us each and every Saturday night, 10 p.m. Eastern. Also, we're looking for another night, so just let us know in the comments on this video what night works best for you all. Just pick a night. You know what I'm saying? Ricky and myself, we do a lot of weekend gigs because we are working musicians, and we're actually dope as hell. So and so Saturdays aren't going to be the best for us going forward. So if there's another night that works for you all, please let us know. Don't hesitate. But that's it. We out, y'all. Thank you, Cherie.
Yes.
Thank you, Blow Dry. Thank you, Kadre. Thank you, BJ.
Thank you, Wifey.
Erica, thank you. Ricky, what's your guy's name?
Yavara.
Yes.
Shouts out to you.
Malaysia.
Making us international.
I shout out to my people, Rabbit and K Dot at the crib watching it.
Dope. Thank you. Is that Kaina? Kaina?
Yeah.
Kaina?
Yeah.
All right. Yeah.
And Felicia Reese.
Kaina, shout out to Kaina.
Reese. Everybody who participated in the chat.
Like Arthur.
Keeps it going. That's why we have a show. We love y'all. We appreciate y'all.
And thank you, Seneca.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Seneca.
This was you definitely took this to another level. Your intro was better than anything we've said individually this entire
Yeah.
So
and we were able to end early because you gave us really a complete thought. Like we usually go 3 hours, so 2.5 is good.
And it's 12:34 right now Eastern, and for me that's a big number because in time all things will align. With that, Free Agents Podcast. Thank you for tuning in, y'all. Peace.
Good night.